This video is going to show you how to do this RFM problem in one of the SPSS exercises. So the three most important variables, as the problem indicates, in database marketing are recency, frequency, and monetary. And we usually start with a database that looks like this. So we have different customers. We know we know when they transacted with us. So you'll see that customer 1 has only made one purchase. Customer 2, on the other hand, has made 2 purchases, and you have those different dates. You also know how much they spend on each of those dates, and customer 3 happens to have placed 3 orders. Okay, so the goal of this exercise is to create recency and frequency and monetary value variables for these 3 customers. So part A says type the data into SPSS. So let's go do that. I'm going to go over to SPSS and let's make a new data set. So I will type in the data. Let's go into the variable view for now. And we have a cust ID variable. We have a trans date variable. And we also have an amount variable. Let's go back to the data view, and we need to enter in the values. So it looks like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Then we'll just enter in these dates. So 12/30/2011, 12. Oops. Let's go back to trans date, and so I went down to the variable view, and let's see if I can change this to a date. So let's do month, day, year. And then let's go back to the variable view and see if it lets me enter this in. So 12/30/2011, and SPSS is happy. So I just keep entering these in. So we've entered those values in. Then we need to enter our amounts. And so we have our amounts in. So I think we've done part A. Again, the most important thing is that you get down to, in the variable view, change that to a date and enter it appropriately. Part B says, suppose today's date is January 1st, 2012. Create a new variable called diff, which is the number of days since a given transaction. So let's go do that. I'm going to go up to transform and compute, and you'll see that I've given you some hints. Let's build this up with the help menus. Instead of me just typing it, I could just go type whatever was in the instructions, so date diff, date mdy, but let's build it up sequentially. So I'm going to go over to date arithmetic. And so date diff, you can read, calculates the difference between 2 dates. So that's what we want. Now we're going to take the larger date, which is going to be January 1st, 2012. We're going to subtract the smaller date from that, and we want the difference to be expressed in terms of days. So to express January 1st, 2012, we need to go into date creation, and you'll see in the course packet I use date.mdy. So let's go click on that, and you just specify a month, a day, and a year. So let's do that. The month is going to be 1, the day will also be 1, and the year will be 2012. Now the next argument is going to be trans date. So think of this as saying take January 12th, 2012, subtract from that trans date, and express the answer in days. So that's what the double quote days does. And if you hit OK, what you'll see is that you now have a new variable that tells you, for example, that December 30th, 2011 is 2 days before January 1st, 2012, and sure enough, that's the case. December 1st, 2011 is 31 days before January 1st, and so forth. So I think that variable did what I wanted it to do. Part C, find RFM for each customer using compare means. So let's go up to Analyze and Compare Means. And what we're going to do is use customer ID as the independent variable. So compare means is going to compute various statistics for every value of this independent variable. Now let's read the hint. Recency is the minimum value of difference. So we definitely care about amount. We're going to care about difference. And I'm going to go into options and let's check off the minimum. I think we're also going to need the maximum for that matter. If we read on, so recency is the minimum, frequency is the number of cases. Well, that's already computed for us. Monetary is going to be the sum of amount. So let's bring sum in. I don't care about standard deviations. I'll leave mean in, even though the question doesn't ask for it explicitly. So let's go hit continue and go hit OK. So what you'll see is that for each customer, we now know the average amount as well as the sum of amounts. So for customer one has spent $100, so monetary is 100. Customer one has one purchase, so frequency is 1. The minimum value of the diff variable is 2, indicating that recency is 2. Let's go look at customer number 2 now. Customer 2, you'll see, has made two purchases, 50 and 20. So the sum is 70. That's the monetary value. The N of 2 indicates 2 purchases. And then the minimum value of diff is, let's see, minimum value of diff is 31. So this customer is 31 days recent. Likewise with customer 3. Customer 3 has spent 20, then 30, then 40, which is a grand total of 70, 90. And sure enough, that's what we get. 3 purchases. That customer is 17 days recent. So we've just done part C. Part D, another important variable is average order amount, which is the mean of amount by customer. Find it for all 3 customers. Well, we've already done that by including the mean variable. So the average amount that customer 1 spends on any order is $100. Customer 2 spends an average of $35. Where does 35 come from? Well, it's the average of $20 and $50. And customer 3 spends an average of $30. Where does that come from? Well, it's the average of 20, 30, and 40. Part E, another important variable is customer tenure, which is the length of time that a customer has been a customer. It's the maximum of diff. So you'll see that we've already computed the maximum. Customer 3 has been around for 47 days, customer 2, 61 days, and customer 1 is brand new, only 2 days. So that's it. That's how we do problem 3.